All right, let's try it. Let's see if we working this time. I thought I was already live, but I guess this Tube Buddy logo is kind of in the way, so it didn't really click the button when I clicked the button to go live. So it's a great start. Great start to today. I thought I was already live. I was talking. I was wondering why I couldn't. So it's a good thing I used my other computer to check, like my sound and everything, make sure everything's good. Because if it wouldn't have been for me looking at it looking at it on my other computer, I would have missed everything. I would have recorded the whole thing and wouldn't have been live at all. All right, so let's try this again. It's a good thing I don't have anything like deep that I want to talk about this morning. Come on now. All right, here we go. Now we in there. All right, so as I was saying earlier to myself, before I hit before I was actually live, today is an FOMC day. In the afternoon, I may be able to trade it, so that's exciting for today. Also, we had a lot of sell-off overnight, so let's go ahead and get to this pre-market insight. All right, so on the calendar today, we got core durable goods. We had that at 8:30. Crude oil inventory is at 10:30, and as I stated before, at 1400, that's 2 p.m. civilian time, Eastern. FOMC statement with the Fed interest rate decision, and at 14:30 FOMC press conference. All right, so could be an interesting afternoon, especially with the sell-off that we saw in the pre-market today. Then tomorrow we got GDP, initial jobless claims, and new home sales, and then Friday we only have the pending home sales. All right, so that is the economic calendar for this week. Let's go ahead and look at the power range report. All right, so for the NQ future sessions power range today, we got a high of 13,586.75 with a low of 13,548. At the time of this posting, we were trading bearish, and we still are, down negative 0.64% with a volume of 91K and an ATR of 217.02. And speaking of the power range, the next video I'm going to make is going to be about the power range by request. I had a video about the power range before, but I went back and watched it and it wasn't that good, so I'm gonna go ahead and make another one with with what I've learned and picked up about the power range since I've been using it. The first time I made the video about the power range, it was something that I was just new to and just getting into and trying to figure out, and how, if it was useful at all to me or how useful it could be. And I've gained, I picked up a lot of information about how the power range can be used from my perspective, from my point of view, since I started using it. So since that first video, so I'm gonna make a new video, and I'll probably try to make that today. So after editing and doing all the back office stuff, maybe I can have that out. I'm trying to get it out as soon as possible and put it that way. I don't know, I may not be able to put it out today, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get everything done to put it out. All right, so that's the power range report. Let's go ahead and look at that on TradingView with the report that I put out last night. You can see in the overnight we had we were pretty much just hanging out sideways, and then around 5:30ish, around 6 o'clock, we had this nice little sell-off. So very interesting price action in the pre-market. I would definitely expect some retracement, at least some consolidation. I wouldn't be too eager right now with just how strong the sell-off is and how far away we are from the mean, and with the you know scheduled events that we have this afternoon, I wouldn't be too eager to take any short trades like anytime soon. Really, we'll see what the market gives us. I'm definitely looking to, if I am trading it short, I will be looking to get in on it on a pullback, and hopefully by that time I'll be able to talk a little better than what I'm doing right now. So anyway, that's all the morning reports. Let me go ahead and finish. Get this pre-market snapshot. Go through my checklist, make sure I got everything taken care of. Yep, did that. I had a pretty good day yesterday with my trading. Made a little bit of progress. Feel like I had a good read on the market yesterday, so hopefully I can continue that throughout this week, and here soon, past this second iteration of this evaluation phase, get back into the performance account. Let me look for some tunage to play. Seems like I want. A little bit of wake up groove. Ready to go. Got just about a minute before the open. again in Sierra chart. Just a reminder that I'm still doing my testing over there. And at this point, it's really, well, there's some interesting things that I need to go back and look at yesterday with that. It seems like something didn't trade correctly, or some of the automation wasn't correctly in what I'm doing with Sierra chart. So I'm still in the testing phase over there with the things that I'm working on. It's pretty much a strategy that will come in handy later on down the road in the near future. Part of a project that I'm working on. And it's kind of while we're waiting for this last, okay, well, here we go, for the open and everything. The direction of NV3 Trader over the next couple of months is going to be mostly on strategy building. So the power range video that I'm gonna make, that's part of that also. So I'm gonna be making videos like basically about the building blocks of putting together a strategy. Just talking about different things that you can look at when putting together your strategy. It's pretty much all gonna be technical analysis. I may even do like some kind of all the things that I've picked up and learned over the years. And so I may put a little bit of macroeconomics in there because I look at macroeconomics as well. All right, so nice sell-off coming in at the open. Again, that's not surprising. The excitement from the pre-market action. We'll have some shorters coming in, trying to get in on the action. However, still, we'll see how this candle closes, but I'm not too eager to trade it short, especially on a momentum play. I'm not gonna take any breakouts or anything like that. So if it ends up just dropping another 100 points, then I'm just gonna have to miss it if it's a momentum. If it trades that way, like be a momentum play. I feel like at this point we're pretty extended. So personally, I would like some retracement before I jump in. But when we do know that when it drops, it can drop hard. All right, so this, let's see. This is only part of the test. Yeah. That's a lot of momentum. Almost worth reassessing my plan of action this morning. But I'm going to be patient and wait for the market to give me what I want. I'm not going to try to force a trade just because, I'm getting excited about what I'm looking at. FOMC days, I'm usually more excited to trade the afternoon anyway, or that news. So today, I do have time in the afternoon, so I may end up doing that. So with all that selling pressure right there, I wouldn't expect a lot of retracement. So let's just use the 200 as a reference, which is this my red line right here. Normally, normal price action, I would like for the price to come back and meet that 200 SMA somewhere. But with how hard we sold off overnight, and then how that opening sell-off, what I would expect more so to happen now is we have some, this, we don't know how long this momentum is going to continue, short, but I wouldn't expect the price to, make most of the effort to meet the, to go back to the 200. I would expect more so some consolidation with some, when we do get back to the 200. I would expect it to happen with some consolidation, and the 200 more so meets the price with a little bit of, retracement. That's just, my speculation. The way that I see it, I could definitely, be wrong. That's just the way that I'm looking at it. But I do see an area that I wouldn't mind taking if we trade back to there.
Order submitted.
I don't have an order here, but I see the nearest area of resistance. I say it 280. I do not have an order there. Just something that I'm looking at. I just want to verbalize it, put energy to what I'm seeing. So that way I'm holding that awareness, not just internally, but I'm putting action behind it. be great if we could trade back up to 360. Also, a reminder to myself, my cutoff time is 10:15. So if I don't get anything by 10:15, I have to, just close up the shop. Especially from what I'm seeing lately. After 10:30, I would say 10:20, it hasn't been a great price action. There's been several days where the price action has not been great for my strategy. So it's something that I've noticed this month. I think that happened Monday. Like the price action that we got on Monday around after 10 was not good. It would have, what's going on, Dean? It would have, that price action that came in after 10 on Monday, I think it was after 10:30. I would have had to take a loss if I was trading that. So I definitely want to stay true to that rule that I created, or that I set after after what happened a couple weeks ago, where I stopped trading at 10:15, or I don't place any new trades at 10:15. This is like a good short if I was taking breakouts. This is a pattern. Well, I don't want to call it a good short, but it is a kind of a signal. But it's not a strong signal. Those two previous candles right there, we've seen a lot of resistance. It's showing a lot of resistance with some attempts to take the price lower. There's a major difference between what I see on Ninja Trader and what I'm seeing on Sierra chart as usual. Well, it's more than usual. Like on Ninja Trader, this is a red candle and it has more of a body. Still a bearish signal, but from my perspective, from my point of view, a weak signal. It's not a breakout that I would take. I would want more of a pullback. Not saying that it cannot trade lower. It can definitely trade lower. The market can do whatever it wants to do, but that's something that this is a setup that I would not take personally. When I take a momentum play, I like the momentum. I like for the price action to respond quickly in my favor. This is usually why I take them light, because I don't want to completely change my strategy. If I take it with a light position, then I have plenty of room, plenty of, for lack of better words at the moment, wiggle room, to make adjustments when it goes against me. colors are definitely trying to push it lower. They may get what they want, which is what it's looking like. We'll see. I don't think there's enough buyers to give a whole lot of fight back or pushback. But they are fighting back for sure. Yep. So yeah, that is why I called it a weak setup, because it did appear to be more of a trap for a breakout trade than a momentum play. It doesn't mean that it can't, we can't consolidate here for a minute, or maybe even have some pullback and then, trade lower after that. But when I take breakouts, I like for them to be a momentum, on the momentum side of the game. So we got a little short-term battle zone going on. I need to put a name to that. I guess we call it a micro battle zone. The way the price action is looking right now, looks like I'm not going to get a trade this morning. So I got about, I got about 25 more minutes. So of course, in hindsight, with my strategy, I definitely could have taken a breakout on that first 3-minute candle, but I stayed true to what I said I was gonna do. And for me, the discipline is more important than um, taking every single possible trade that I can take. Of course, this is based off of personal experience. The discipline has been more of a payoff for me than, being in every single trade that I can get. Actually, trying to be in every single trade has actually lost me more money than it has made me. The discipline has actually made me more money than anything else. So when I am disciplined to my strategy, when I do stick to my plan, those tend to, the probability tends to swing heavily in my favor when that's my focus versus trying to be in every single possible play that I can get into. So like if I would have taken this on a breakout, the way that my current strategy is designed, I would have been able to, come out profitable in this. But on the side of good trading, that would have not have been a good trade solely because I said that would have been going against what I said I was going to do. Even though I would have made money, you can make money and have bad trades. Hindsight capital, 100% profitability. Hindsight capital never gets it wrong. It's like we're going to continue to trade lower too. But the bulls are putting up a fight. We have some buying coming in down here that's trying to push price higher. And this is just a story that I'm telling myself in order to paint the picture in my head to be able to see the market in a way that makes sense to me to look at to discover trends and all of that stuff. Just because we have buying down here doesn't mean that these are people trying to take a trade long. This could be profit taking. The sell-off down here could be people who tried to go long up here and their stops got, triggered. There's a lot of things that happen in all this price action. But for me, what I do is I pretty much just make it like a competition, which makes sense for my mind since I like sports and I reference everything to basketball because it's my favorite sport or whatever. But just the way that my mind works, it paints a clearer picture to me when I make it kind of like a battle or a competition. Where are the bulls? They're trying to push it higher. It could be loading up. So if we're looking at this from a position trading perspective, I could be loading up through here, expecting the sellers to start to taper off or to lose strength. I could be loading into a position as a bull here and just waiting for the sellers to finally give up, and then I can take my profit. Because once we don't have enough sellers, people trying to go short here, that's going to drive the price higher if I'm a bull and I'm trying to load into this position. There's going to be people looking to take breakouts at these pivot points. So that's going to help also drive my price higher if I'm position trading to the long side. I just realized I didn't take any notes in my journal today. Just have to reference the live stream. Couple of notes in the journal. Price is getting to close to an order that I have to take a short. reassessed it, and I don't have a reason to change it at this moment. Although I do, the way I have it planned out still looks to be in place. If the momentum continues bullish.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So the trade I took there in Ninja Trader pretty much mirrors what I have in Sierra.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
much more steam the Bulls have before taking a break. And of course, this will be my one and only trade. Do have some more resistance to fight through. This trade I'm taking is basically playing that resistance, which is what I said I wanted from the beginning, was some pullback, a little bit of retracement, and to play the short on that, or to play that short. So I'm just following the plan, following the strategy. We're in this low energy phase. Definitely not expecting it to go all the way back to the low. I'll be watching price action. Just having my patience tested at this time. Hanging out right above my entry price.
Target filled.
That first target hit. Alright, so my break even's been triggered.
Order canceled.
And I'm all out. So I'll take it. Would have been nice to get more out of that, but I definitely wasn't expecting a whole lot. And the setup a little different in Sierra, so it's not going to be exactly the way you see it here. And the beat drops. Go, go, go. Can't F with him. All right, DJ. So it is after 10:15, plus the fact that I said that would be my only trade for the day. So I'm done. That's the only one I'm gonna get today, and I have no problems with that. I'm completely cool with it. I'll watch it for a few more minutes and see what it does. Need to come up with a title for today's journal. And in the spirit of that, the comment by Origin, I'm gonna go ahead and title this journal "Go DJ." It's like my second testing order in Sierra is going to get triggered also. I'm interested to see how high this, the price can be driven. That order right there. May cancel this trade because I got to get a screenshot or a snapshot. Can't see it now without the orders, but this consolidation here is kind of significant from my point of view. I'm kind of expecting some consolidation, but the way this momentum, this current price action, this structure, you could actually trade higher and meet the 200. But we shall see. We still do have a lot of resistance to go through, or to fight through in order to meet that 200. Just using that as a point of reference. NQ does have a solid relationship with a 200 moving average. just because I had the thought. GC also, like, in that same regards, like GC also has a similar relationship with the VWAP. It's something that's actually what got me into futures. The music is loud. It's all in my ear. Kind of what got me into futures, or to making the decision to trade futures, was the first thing I looked at was GC and its relationship with the VWAP. Because back then when I was trading stocks, I was using the VWAP, and it was part of the strategy that I had at the time. But similar to how the relationship between NQ and the 200, GC kind of has that relationship with the VWAP more so than the 200, or than any of the moving averages, the popular moving averages. So I probably make a video on that one too. Part of the strategy building series that I'm going to start. So the energy of NQ has definitely slowed down. The price action has slowed down. With a couple, that last little spurt we had at 1021. Be interesting to see where it goes from here, but I'm expecting consolidation, but we shall see. And I'm gonna watch it from the distance, meaning I'm gonna step away from my desk and come back and look at it later. So with all that being said, I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through and trading with me, hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next one. Trade it easy. Have a good day.